Okay. I guess we have an inherited decision to make, which is going to be estate for dungeon. Yeah. Let's see. Otherwise, what is this board looking like? This is an interesting 5. I mean, it sure seems better than the alternative. That means next turn hits at least 4. Otherwise, what is this board looking like? No village that I can see. I'm not sure what the terminal wants to be. Like, we want to have Covens in deck eventually. Probably we start Counterfeit, though. I guess basically the two options for terminals are Barge and probably Blockade. We would be blockading Caravans primarily. I don't know that that's actually the best thing ever. Rather than just kind of like buying stuff. Well, I think the 5 should clearly be Counterfeit to start. You want to get thinned down when you're trying to kind of play this Coven game. And then we'll see from there. I guess if I hit 4, I have a decision actually to make. What exactly I'm buying, which is what happens. Whether it could be like another dungeon, it could be a caravan. We could actually do the blockade right now, especially, like given that we have Counterfeit for buy, I don't know that Barge is the most necessary thing ever. Let's do the blockade version of this, and then I think we want to start picking up Covens like instantly. Probably like over another Counterfeit. Yeah, especially given that we already have like all of this other cycling in deck. This will be a dungeon, so I should be just like way ahead off the strength of the opening of 5 cost. I guess that actually should have been a blockade that I gained last turn rather than this caravan, but that's alright. What do we want to do here? Maybe like scheme caravan or just another Coven? Probably just another Coven. Just really start to get those curses going. And yeah, again, that caravan should have been a second blockade if we're going to be trying to do this blockade caravan thing. So that was not an appropriate move. Just with no curse trashing and the game not exactly being particularly explosive, the Coven stuff just looks, we'll call it unfortunately necessary. This time we're not going to mess this up. And yeah, we'll grab a third Coven. I mean, it's even points, right? However much that matters. The curse split isn't going quite as severely as I thought it might. Opponent has been able to cycle pretty well. I guess I have 3 Covens at this point, but like they're getting through the deck. So but I'm pretty happy with where we're at. Do we want another Coven, or do we want to start picking up, I don't know what? Like Caravan Scheme or something? Caravan Silver, I guess, is the other option. I don't know that I really have space for the silver, but we can always discard it if the need is there. It may also be that not having Barge is actually not a good move, like, at all. I'm strongly considering that possibility, at least. Although things are so like low already. 3 covens, that's good. So I put 7 curses over there. That's probably going to be what it ends up being. But do I actually just like start taking provinces? Like, what are we going to do that's more than that? Like, we're going to blockade some schemes. We might counterfeit some stuff, get plus buy-in. Yeah, I think it's just province time. I guess the other option later for the blockades is like grabbing another dungeon. That is points that we should probably partake in. I just don't think there's much more for my deck to do that isn't just buying provinces. That's kind of why I'm going after them so early. Best to just keep taking caravans. And yeah, and keep taking provinces. Like, I don't know what a third pile would actually be. At some point, if the score gets close, I may go for the third dungeon before we go for more caravans. But I don't think it's that much of an impact there. Well, we're continuing to hit 8. I'm not sure that this is going to be the most sustainable thing ever, just given that I've been missing some cards. But we'll see. So what are we blockading? Probably just Caravan. We could do another dungeon, but like I have the duration one coming in, so I don't think there's much point. Could grab a gold. Like what's going to be the thing that most helps me continue to hit numbers? Probably gold. And then maybe at this point with the blockades, we just start taking schemes. I mean, you're going to be able to buy provinces. You have plenty of stuff. You have these barges. I just feel like continuing to build there is not going to actually be particularly helpful. Sure. Yeah, I could take dungeon something, but again, we have the blockades for dealing with this stuff, so it's like maybe I grab another blockade. Like I've been missing one quite a lot, so maybe I should just get another blockade before another dungeon. I'm thinking. Like this. It's like managing this game to an end. I don't know that it's the most exciting thing ever. The orchard stuff is just never going to score enough. Like you can do it all you want, but it's not going to get there. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a third blockade. I could counterfeit the silver to get a dungeon, I guess. I don't think that's any good. Better just to hold on to it. I guess the caravans have a lot of imbalance. Yeah, I don't know. Like this 5 was just it was overly good. I don't think there's much due to catch up there. Like, I don't know that it would have actually made much of a difference whether I do the Blockade option or the Bard option from there. It's just, either way, I'm so far ahead just off opening the Counterfeit and being able to get to the Covens earlier, etc. That, yeah, these are really imbalanced. I guess we'll Blockade Dungeon in that case and buy the Caravan. It's kind of funny that I'm like in this state where I guess I'm only going to be taking Province every other turn, just because of how imbalanced stuff is. I also just don't have that many treasures, or Covens. I guess Coven is kind of like a treasure. Maybe that's not so true. All the Caravans. Take that into hand. Coven. Blockade. Really, whatever. More dungeons is probably the best move, just to get the game to an end a little bit sooner. Like, I have such a points lead. That lowering is totally fine, obviously. That's like, this is your best case scenario. What's this going to be? Province Gold, okay. Well, we'll be able to do it one way or another is my guess. This is a lot of dungeons. Okay, this does. Alright, yeah. Way too good of a 5-2. That was that one, so see you all. Okay. We have a game here that looks ugly. On the other hand, I get to open Raze Sea Witch, which makes me very happy. I don't know, it's ugly, it's just like cheap. Like, look at this. We have like 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5. But yeah. Do you get to open Raze Sea Witch? No, you don't get to open Raze Sea Witch. Well, that's good news for me, isn't it? Do I want a silver in here? Probably. Like, I'd like a second Sea Witch or crop rotation. Silver gives me a pretty good chance at doing that. I don't think anything else is really worthwhile. For now, at least. So this turn we will either get this... Well, I guess we could draw the Raze. If I'm willing to self-trash the Raze, we're possibly either going to get a second Sea Witch or potentially crop rotation. Either way. If I do see the Raze, I guess I trash an estate, but we don't, so that's fine. This kind of sets up for a awkward collision, but I'll ignore that. Here we're going to self-trash the Raze, just try to find one of those, which we do. This is going well. We can get our crop rotation. I will need to re-pick up some amount of trashing pretty soon now, actually. Less so for the estates now, though. How do we want to do this? Maybe we just pick up the Raze plain. We could also grab like a pawn. Just try to get plus buy-in. I think that's the way we're going to go on it. So that was a pretty incredible 2/5. The action buy Sea Witch. So I'll pick up like Raze. I don't think I need another Sea Witch quite yet. Maybe Ratcatcher is fine. Just like the Raze is kind of, I don't know, not being as effective right now. Let's do Ratcatcher. Alright, well the crop rotation amazingness has stopped for the moment. But I still feel like I'm in decent-ish shape. I've taken, what, 2 curses? I guess what we need to do now is we need to like start thinking longer term about how are we going to keep drawing, how are we going to, well, I guess we're not going to need the plus buy this turn, probably. We weren't hitting that big a number, or at least it didn't look like it for a little bit there. Maybe I want a Squire? I don't really know how to resolve these things. Like, Magnate as the draw is not going to play very well because I think we eventually actually want to be playing Poorhouse. So that's kind of pointing towards Royal Blacksmith, but I do need to get like tons and tons of, copper out first. Alright, we should do Sea Witch first to get over the shuffle. Like, I have so much copper. It's actually kind of tempting to pick up a count just to try to clear it all out really quickly. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Just because I think Poorhouse is the eventual preferred payload. Okay. Let's call the Ratcatcher. Chances are I'm not getting to the count this turn, though I might. In which case it'll just have to do other things. So maybe like raise copper here. Take coin buy. And pick up 2 Squires. Squire Pawn or Squire Ratcatcher. 2 Squires. Makes some amount of sense. And then this looks like a pretty worthy trash. Even if I don't get the get whatever other stuff going. Yeah. Playing a Sea Witch is a little bit less important this turn just because the curses are out right now. Probably like this. Well, we can always top deck that. If we didn't see a Squire, which we do. Like card action. Self-raise. Grab the Ratcatcher. I think I'm fine with clearing out the silver, so let's go ahead and go like top deck, trash hand. We can start grabbing Poorhouses. Even. The count's just so much quicker to do that, even like once, than trying to get Ratcatchers through, I think. And Squire Magnate does not look like real draw to me. Like it has to be Blacksmith at some point. If you kind of want to go a treasure route. Maybe we'll trash. Well, I think we can probably end up trashing again. So I don't know whether to discard like maybe like that and call Ratcatcher. Yeah, this is fine. Top deck, trash hand. Another Poorhouse can't hurt that much, right? I don't know if I have the terminals for it, but I think we have all of our copper out actually. So that counted a good job. Let's see here. Probably like this even. I don't think we're actually going to want to play count this turn, so now it's kind of become its maybe normal useless self. I'd really like to take this for buys here, and I guess I can. Action coin. What would this be? 8. I could take like Squire, Blacksmith. Probably seems like a good move. Yeah, I mean, there's no copper left, so we're in shape. Discard those two. It doesn't matter. Like this turn, I should be drawing completely. So actions, buys, poorhouse, action coin probably. I guess we want to take like Squires, Squire, poorhouse maybe, Squire, poorhouse, Blacksmith. Does that put me at risk of losing? I don't think so. Squire, poorhouse, Blacksmith. Like I have this fairly substantial points lead. I think it should be fine. And then plausibly we'll be able to win this turn on Ratcatchers if nothing else weird happens. I guess this is a highlight in what can 5-2 do for you. Quite a lot, it seems. Squire, Blacksmith, Squire, Sea Witch. Probably 3 of these for actions. Can I win right here? I think I'm a little bit short. Which money is this? 6, 7. If I take 5 buys, it would be 6. That is 2, 3, 7, 8. Not quite enough. So we'll do a little bit of a. I guess we'll do a little bit of a greening, just to make sure things keep working. Maybe like that plus Blacksmith. Like we can overdraw just fine. The Blacksmiths to make sure to stay consistent. Provinces to make sure there's absolutely no funny business with points, and then this turn I think should end up being the pile out now that we're not in debt. I mean, I don't think there was really anything opponent could have done here. Sea Witch, sure. Squire, Blacksmith, let's see, I think this will do it from here. Squire, 2 buys, poorhouse. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, I think that's just like a case of the 5-2 just being, or 5 hitting 5 being just so much better, and yeah, see you all.